Hey, so I got some time to plant out some seeds here. So let's go ahead and do that. And it's just very nice outside right now. The sun is over here, so it's still behind this big tree I have right here. So I feel like I'm getting some nice warmth, but I'm not roasting. You know what I mean? So May's little garden. I went and got a little bit more seeds. In the last couple days, I got M.I. Gardener's seeds delivered, as well as I stopped at my local store, big box store, and grabbed some more seeds. And I just want to plant out. I got 2 pots that I took out the old plants from, and then there's 2 more in my there's 3 more, excuse me, in my green stock. And then I'm gonna show you something super cool from Amazon, super cool to me at least, from Amazon, that I have got a little bit more dirt, so I have 1 more pocket in there to fill as well. And this, I'm going to plant out this green pepper plant. I'm gonna plant this out too, and then actually, am I gonna plant that out? I actually might leave that and just plant the seeds around it. Yeah, that's probably what I'm gonna do actually. So let's just jump right into it. I am, just a little bit of backstory, a very new gardener, okay guys, very fresh, new, and I just figured, why not document each year to see how I do as I get better at stuff like that. I just feel like, there's a ton of gardeners on YouTube, and I've just started tapping into it a few weeks ago. So I'm sure that there are a lot more zone 6 to 7 garden YouTubers out there, but I feel like a lot of the bigger ones are in warmer climates. They're in ones where they have so much long growing seasons, or seasons in where they can't grow that much in the summer because it's too hot, so they grow in the fall and the winter. And I'm just a regular person who managed to build a little polytunnel and a little box back here. I built that too. Let me know if you guys are interested in how, but there's so many videos out there. I kind of just jerry-rigged it to block because I got so many birds eating stuff. And so why not just document it? So I got these grow bags from Amazon. It's heavy because I just watered it. I find that for me personally, watering before I put the seeds in and then watering it again after I put the seeds in just is better, because when I didn't water my seeds, like the dirt, before I put the seeds in, and then I go to water it, my hose is insane. And then I use a little pitcher to water my plants, and then that just has them like moving all over the place as opposed to just chilling out where it is. So I got a bunch of these. They came in as 5-pound, 10-pound, and 15-pound grow bags. I'm so far having quite good success with my grow bags. I know that a lot of YouTubers say that the grow bags leach out more water. Listen, I'm a stalker. I check my garden about 2 to 3 times a day, and so if I feel like something needs a little watering, I will just water it a little more. Hi, strawberry. So I'm gonna still plant something in this and still consider this one big sort of ish square foot. I'm gonna plant this. I have not planted this yet, but everyone on YouTube gasses to high heaven the dinosaur kale, and so I got it just from my local box store. I will be buying some more of this if I find it grows well. However, the kale and lettuces I've been growing so far, I just pulled out all of them, and I grew them. I planted them around Mother's Day, and they were harvesting. I was doing the cut and come again method, and they were fantabulous. So, and my chickens were loving it, and I did try to roast some kale, and it came out pretty awesome. Does anybody else feel like for the size of the packet, the amount of seeds might be a little bit not worth all the paper they used to make this packet? You know what I mean? Like, they could have used this much less, you know what I mean, and just shrunk the picture and we still would have gotten, you still could have fit most of this information on here. I don't know. Let me know if you feel like that, because I feel like no one has mentioned that. But I'm just like, these packets are big as hell for this much things of seeds. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Anyway, this says the dark blue-green leaves of this popular cold hardy kale are valuable for their high nutritional content. Of July now. Gotten over the most insane amounts of heat, and now we're just heat. You know what I mean? It was heat for a few weeks, and now it's just, okay, heat. Okay. So this is saying planting space is 12 inches. So I'm going to just plant 2 in here just for sugars and giggles, in case one gives me a problem. Okay, can you guys see? All right, so I'm just gonna, I don't know, maybe I'll plant one right here. How deep is this supposed to go? Oh yeah, 1/4 inch, so it doesn't really need much. Put that right there, and I'm gonna put one right here. I find that I really haven't had much problems moving any specific type of, don't mind my crusty toes, moving any specific plant so far. The only thing that I've noticed when moving a plant from somewhere is that it has to get used to the new area you put it in, and so that sets back its growing situation. Like I planted out some watermelons, and I had to move 2 of the watermelons plants, and they're a little smaller than the ones I didn't have to move, but I haven't had any problems with actually developing fruit, like, you know, stuff. So there you go. And then as you can see, it's very wet, but I just give it a little bit of agua. Ooh, wrong one. Here we go. And boom, that is planted. Gonna slide this in here. All right, so let's plant some stuff in here. I'm gonna put in this purple hull pea bush bean and see. So I did plant some of these out directly, and I'll show that in another video, into a pot that I intend for them to grow in. But I'm gonna just plant out. I think what I'm gonna do is each row is gonna get their own complete, like, entire same plant. Because one thing that I've realized, if you grow less than at minimum 2 to 3 of the same plant, and you go to harvest, a lot of these bigger farmers or gardeners, excuse me, you start to see their beautiful level number of harvests just through the sheer amount of plants of the same thing that they're growing. Does that make sense? Like, if you only grow 1 or 2 of a plant, even if they do germinate properly and they grow and all of that, you're not gonna grow the amount where you see them have that big ass basket, and then they're like, let's harvest some food today, and then they come out and they need to go get another basket or a bowl. You need to have more than 1 or 2 plants. Sorry guys, listen, you're gonna hear cars, you're gonna hear planes, you might hear my children, you're gonna probably hear my husband, my chickens are in the background. It's loud out here, so I hope you can hear me. But I got these from M.I. Gardener. So I planted 4, good and dandy. Now this first row is planted out. I'm gonna take 1 stick, and I find if I plant it evenly like that, I can take 1 stick, put it in one, and then I know that entire row is the same exact thing. So I'm gonna put purple. I'm gonna put perp, bean. I think today is the 21st. Yeah. Thank you. Okay. Boom. Put that here. Now I know all 4 of those is that. This next one is only gonna have 3, which is fine because I really don't need too much of this plant. My husband and I actually like eggplant. You know how sometimes when you don't eat something for a while, you're like, oh, I liked it, but I don't think I loved it, because you haven't eaten it in a while. And then you go and buy it and you eat it and you're like, this is actually tasty. I did that with these eggplants. I'm fairly certain it was a similar brand because it looked very similar to this, but I just went to the store and bought 2 eggplants, and we ate that ish up. It was tasty. My husband even liked it. And I think one of my kids managed to have 1 piece of it. They're babies, so, you know, they do what they do. So this says you can start indoors, so I'm gonna plant 3. So I'm trying to think. I'm gonna say I'm gonna only plant one seed in each one, and if they don't, it says germinate 7 to 14 days. If they don't germinate within 7 days, I'm gonna plant another one. And if I happen across one that ends up sprouting 2 because I didn't wait long enough, I'll just separate them and see how they do being separated. Because there's like, I want to say 25 seeds in here. So I want to leave enough for me to be able to do a second growing of this, because this is my first time planting these. And then I want enough for next year. So I'm just gonna make a little hole and plant that. Make a little hole. And one thing that I've been doing that I think is making my plants come out a little stronger than my first round of planting, I think this is like my 4th round of planting, to be honest, of things. I just do them in batches. Is, no, it might even be my, no, it's my, let's just say 4th wave. When I bring them outside and then bring them back inside after they've sprouted, I find that I don't need to harden them off when they're ready to plant out, because they've already been hardened to the outside. So I planted those out. Let me get another stick. I'm gonna just put eggplant. This is also 721. And the first planting of stuff I did, I realized I didn't really too harp on, like the first week I did a couple different plantings, let's call that one set of plantings. I didn't really put dates on everything. So when it came to keep checking on it, like my cauliflower, guys, my cauliflower didn't even head. Like it didn't head, it didn't flower, it didn't nothing. And when trying to go back to look at it and be like, should it be heading already? I didn't write a date on them. And so I won't be making that mistake again, because my impatient behind just yanked out 2 of the 4 of them. And I'm gonna replay other stuff in it and call it a day, because I needed to do better. Did wrong with the other ones. Everybody and their mother, their father, the sun, the moon, and the stars talks about bok choy. I'm sure my husband and I have consumed this at some point, only because we do love Asian cuisine, and so I'm sure we've eaten it, but I've never grown it and I've never bought it to eat it in my house. I do see it in the grocery store now that I know what it is, but this is only 45 to 50 days, which is pretty good because everything seems to take 70 plus days to grow. So let's do this. I did see online, I think on MI Gardener or the True Seed one, that they have like the baby ones, and those come in like 40 days or 35, some really quick time. So I might purchase those as well and just see how I feel about them, because you ever be hungry but not hungry, so it'd be cool to be able to harvest these mini ones and just toss like a bunch of little like things together into it and have a little salad to quickly eat. So this is saying to direct seed, so I might be butchering this. I think what I'm gonna do actually is probably not plant it in this. I'm gonna plant them in this, I don't know what this is. Is this clay? Lord, I watered this and it's so heavy. Oh, okay. This, I've had this for years. Oh my gosh, this also says Peddington, hilarious. I've had this for some years now, and it's not massive, but I feel like I can plant 12 inches of space. All right, I'm gonna plant 2 in here, because I doubt this is probably like 6 inches across, but it's fine. We're gonna see what we can do. And this needs a 1/2 inch. Because how big is this gonna get? For real. In 45 days, how big is this gonna truly get? Plant height is 24 inches. What is 24 inches? 2 feet? That's actually kind of big. So I'm gonna probably buy the mini ones. That is kind of big actually, but I'm still gonna put 2 in here. You just don't know what the germination is gonna be like in here. It looks like there's at least 30 to 40 in here, because these seeds are so freaking small. Does anyone else feel like a lot of seeds are just so itty bitty? Lord, itty bitty committee. Here we go. And then it says to plant them so deep. Mwah. Planted. Okay. Just gonna wiggle you over there to the side. Let's see what we can do with this. I planted out some of the rattlesnake beans already, but I want to plant out more. But I definitely want to do these Dutch beet baby balls. Guys, I finally, my first sowing of them, guys, it didn't go well. I don't know why they took so long to like bust, because this says 55 days. What is 55 days? Not even 2 months. But I planted these, I don't know. Anyway, I said all that to say I'm gonna plant some more beets. I like to use them for juicing. These are from Renee's garden. I've had very good germination with these, so I don't wanna over seed them. Anyway, I did put them in this and they are bursting in, you know, stuff. And I'm probably gonna plant some more because I have my green stalk. I love the green stalk, and I'm at the point where I'm like, next Mother's Day, I'm gonna see if I can finagle my husband and kids to buy me another one. But I do have it split into two because my polytunnel isn't all that tall. It's about 7 feet tall, and they claim the green stalk is 5 feet tall. No, it's not. I'm 5 feet tall. The green stalk is a little taller than me. Okay, so in order to reach the top of the green stalk, because I have stuff growing at the top and my pepper plants are growing up and out and all this other stuff, I had to split it. So I want to either get an entirely one complete other green stalk, because I think the price just makes sense to do that, and then split it again, and you just can grow so much. Or I only want two more levels. Let's label the beets before I forget. We'll see. So these are the baby beets. And I'm so glad I'm growing the baby beets, because why on earth does it take beets so long to grow? Somebody explain it to me. Let's say B-E-E-T-S. I just harvested my first beet and I'm so excited. Today I'm going to, it's one beet, but I'm gonna see what I can do. I got scared. I might just roast a little one beet and eat it. I'm not gonna put this in here. I'm gonna put it directly into my green stock. I just pulled these out. My chickens and I have been eating this up. It does its little thing-a-ling. And it sprouted so fat, 40 days. This thing, I feel like it came out in 30 days. So it came out fast. So I'm gonna plant this directly into the thing. So do I not have anything else I wanna put? No, there's no way. Oh. I think I'm gonna plant some cucumbers. I'm gonna have to figure out this trellis situation because I have a lot of containers. So I'm container gardening, and a lot of the trellises, at least in my area, are massive. So I use the cattle panel to make my, it's not done yet. I have to get wood to stabilize it because we do get snow up here. So I don't want the snow to break the cattle panels. So my husband's gonna have to do a little bit of work for me. That's fine. My husband is a blue-collared boss. Anyway, I'm gonna plant these over here. So let's make our way over there. What's going on in this? There's literally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. There's 15 seeds. Are they joking? I thought 25 was the least amount of seeds that come in a packet. There are 15 seeds in this Pennington organic cucumber. Is that normal? Someone let me know if that's not, because I'm not even playing with you. So right here is completely empty. My husband and I just put dirt in there. I'm gonna put, man, one over here, and then one all the way over here, and I'm gonna make it work. I hope they both sprout. And then I'm gonna have to get like a mini trellis right here to stick into this to let them grow out. This is a tomato plant. Guys, I just started the whole propagation situation thing, or whatever it's called. Not propagation. When you snip from one tomato plant and you put it into the thing, that thing died out. And then I was like, well, that was a failure. And then look at the green fresh leaves right here. So it might not be a failure, because my goal is to save these tomato and pepper plants for, my goal is to save, oh gosh. So I have quite a few. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of went a little crazy with my pepper plants. So I have like 6 growing right now, and then 2 of them are already adult ones that are producing. So it's a little insane, and I'm very, very upset. I'm highly upset about my tomato plant. So one tomato plant, I don't know what happened. I had to get rid of it. I don't know if a disease, something took it out. Then I have another tomato plant that it went insane, guys, insane. And I went to go check the tomatoes, like, why isn't it turning red? And the bottom of like 96% of them is brown. Yeah. From what I could tell, it's blossom end rot, and I'm pissed. So I took them all off, and when I went to town, cutting the bottom leaves, the bottom branches off, because we've been getting rain. But when I went and put my finger in the dirt, guys, why was the dirt basically dry? I don't understand. I'm not sure if I'm gonna grow tomato in a green stock again, because I don't know if the tomatoes I'm growing need to root more or what, but it kept like flopping over, and I was like, why do you look so sad? And I replanted it, but I think I might have taken too long to replant it, because it's been about a week and it still looks depressed. So it's just a shock of everything. The tomatoes on there are still green, but they haven't started rotting yet, and it's been a week. I don't know what's going on with that tomato either, guys. So I don't know what I'm doing wrong with that. And when I planted out my raised beds, the tomato plants had looked fine at that point, so I didn't put any new tomato plants save for one in my raised bed. This polytunnel is just like a regular polytunnel, so there's no greenhouse plastic on it. So I'm letting like my beans and peas vine up it right now, because I won't have to put a greenhouse plastic on it for I think about 60 to 70 days. Let's say around the 60-day mark. So in 2 months I'll definitely be well into my harvesting of my pea and bean plants on them, and then I'll just cut them and say it is what it is, because then my husband will put the green plastic on it to keep it contained in there. And I feel like we'll see if I can grow tomatoes in there. And if not, I'll also have some tomatoes in my house. I just feel like when it comes to tomato and pepper, that's something you can use whenever. And so I don't really want that to be like because I know some people, when they garden, they try to garden in season. No, I need the tomatoes and the peppers to be a year season thing for me. So I have a house, I have my greenhouse, and we're gonna see what works. I will not be running electricity in the greenhouse, okay? The stuff was already kind of expensive to me to build. I know it's still the more affordable route. I think I spent under, I don't know, I want to say I spent $300 and under for everything in my greenhouse polytunnel, including the polytunnel itself and the shade cloth and the insect netting I have all around it. So that's very affordable for what the prices people pay things. It's still a lot of money to me, okay? So at the end of the day, we're gonna see what happens. As of right now, I don't know if I should even try to transplant this spinach. Yeah, see, I don't even think it's worth it to try to plant this spinach into my little thing here, only because it grows in 40 days. I feel like I'm gonna blink and 2 weeks accidentally goes by and it's root bound or something in here. So I'm gonna leave everything like this for now. So I have just one row that doesn't have anything in it yet, and that's okay, because I can mess around and change that tomorrow, you know? Anyway, thank you so much for watching this whole video. Please don't forget to hit that like button. And if you enjoyed this content, I am a new gardener here on YouTube. This was probably gonna be my second video on this channel. Thank you so much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you in my next one.